Good morning and welcome to this week's edition of our Ideal Trading Lifestyle Spotlight session for Wednesday, August 22nd, 2012. My name is Randy McMullen. I'm the market analyst for Ideal Trading Lifestyle and just want to welcome everybody that's in attendance here. And before we get started, what I'd like to do first is if I can just get a hands up from everybody if they can hear this okay and that the video quality is also in good shape. All right, so we look forward to working through each of you on our session today. Session time is probably in the neighborhood of about 15 minutes. And thank you for that. Excellent. Thank you. Good. And for those listening via video link, again, welcome. We've previously recorded this session on Wednesday, August 22nd. And if you've got any questions, you can email us direct as well, and we make sure that we add that into our existing sessions. All right, so what we normally do on our weekly session is we review our most current 90-day tracker. So this is looking back at our most current 90 days of picks and how are we favoring with respect to the overall benchmark of the S&P and the TSX. We like to see that we're ahead and we're beating the markets, and at the same time that we're hitting the pick accuracy of a minimum 80% so that we're seeing our clients are profiting and moving forward. The next thing we do is we go into our actual trading account summary. This is an actual portfolio that was developed in January 2011, and it follows our Ideal Trading Lifestyle precision buy, sell, and stop loss strategies, but also the position sizing. So we're minimizing exposure in the marketplace based on our portfolio sizing. We'll then leverage into some economic reports, so we'll get an understanding as to how the U.S. is being affected by some of the economic reports and the overall impacts on the market. And then we'll get into an overall conversation as to the technical analysis of both the S&P and the TSX going forward. And we'll get into some community news items, this is where we discuss any client questions that are coming up and any items that you've got that you would like addressed either via live or via our video link. And again, if you're watching this via video link, you can simply send us the email us the information, and we're more than happy to make sure we add this to our next session so that you could, even though you can't attend, you can still have your questions answered. And finally, the call to action. So any additional items that that you'd like some clarification on, perhaps just understanding more about the overall Ideal Trading Lifestyle continuous learning approach that we have for clients that are moving forward. Okay, so let's get started by looking at our most current 90 days as of yesterday, which is August 21st. And what we're seeing right now is our overall picks. Long term, we're looking at about a 20.99% gain over the last 90 days, which is an excellent return. The S&P is up 7.45%, so that's popped up quite nicely just over the last month. But as you can see, we're more than beating the benchmarks. What we're seeing for pick days is we've identified 67 pick days in the last 90 days. 45 of them are filled, which means that actually 45 picks dropped, bought, sold, and essentially were filled during the last 90 days. Successful, we had 36 out of the 45 picks. So what that means is we had 7 that actually dropped and stopped out. And here's the important thing that we like to talk about is that when discussing with our existing clients how they're doing with respect to their portfolio gains, every single time that there's a client that's struggling with the Ideal Trading Lifestyle, it's 100% of the time due to not taking advantage and following our stop loss strategy. And one of the things that we like to stress to our clients and to those people that may be looking at becoming clients is that if you're not prepared to take a loss in the market, you shouldn't be trading in the markets. And the reason for that is because you will never be right 100% of the time. Our approach is a very disciplined approach that says you are going to be hitting a minimum 80% accuracy in the market, and as a result, when a stock does drop close below its stop loss strategy, it's recommended that you get out the next market morning on this particular pick, and then you're ready to move on. So emotionally, you're not taking huge losses on stocks, and at the same time, you're freeing up your capital so you can move forward. And we, according to our most current 90 days, we still had 2 picks that are current that were still open. That means they're still open trades. They haven't hit their sell strategy, and they haven't stopped out. Okay. The other thing we like to talk about here is our overall trading account statement, and this is very important because this is how a typical portfolio is growing since January 2011. And following our buy-sell stop-loss strategies that we post and following our position sizing calculator that we also have available through Ideal Trading Lifestyle that basically says, you know, assuming your size of your portfolio, this is what you should be investing as total capital, so you minimize your exposure in the marketplace. Essentially what we've got here is $15,000 in a portfolio beginning January 2011, and as of yesterday sitting at $22,098. And you can see a little bit down for the month of August. We've had very sideways trading, but here's the key with understanding the overall continued growth that we see through Ideal Trading Lifestyle is that never will you see 1 month make up a total understanding as to how you're going to grow and build your portfolio. July, you can see we had a tremendous portfolio gain of 14.49%. And looking back, we've had other months that have been excellent. June was 3%. You can see going back to January was 6%. We've had a couple of months that have been flat or just minor losses, and those are going to happen. So the overall gains that you're going to see is by following our overall trading disciplines month after month, day after day, and seeing the overall long-term gains with respect to our pick strategies. And what's important here is what we're showing you in actual portfolio growth is net of membership fees as well as online broker fees. So that's after paying any fees. This is total net gains on the portfolio. And what we're seeing since January 2011, you can see here, I've highlighted it, is a 47.32% total portfolio gain. So in the last year and a half, typical clients should have been realizing a 47% gain if they have followed our disciplines to the letter. That means following our buy, sell, and our stop-loss strategy. You'll see here the most current 30 days. We have a couple of stocks that did stop out, and we did have some minor losses, but we continue to move on and realize some positive gains as well going forward. So the key here is that when a stock does close below its stop-loss, we get out, we move on, and we take advantage of new picks that are coming up. So as a result of that, the overall, as you can see, continued gains and growth as we look long-term. All right, some of the economic reports that are coming out just for this week. You can see that August 22nd, we actually had the existing home sales report come out, and what's important there is this came out and actually beat the prior period of 4.47 million existing home sales, and you can see that prior was 4.37. They were expecting 4.55, so not as much as they expected, but we did beat the prior. Then we've got tomorrow morning, we've got the initial jobless claims, and they're expecting that fairly flat at 365,000, and continuing jobless claims at 3.3 million. So we're going to be paying close attention to this because this is overall a driver for what's going on with market sentiment. Then we've also got on the 23rd new home sales coming out, as well as durable goods orders coming out. So 4 pretty important economic reports coming out over the next couple of days that we will be watching very closely that will have a lot to do with the overall market sentiment. And here's what we're seeing currently. So as of yesterday with the S&P 500, you can see that we're having some sideways trading going on, and you can see also for the month of August we've been very cautious with our picks and with our buys, and the reason for that is because even though we've been rising and edging up slightly, we are approaching a very strong resistance level, and you can see here the 52-week high. We're having a definite challenge breaking through this level, which is why we're extremely cautious. You can see our momentum indicator is beginning to cross under, which tells us that we could be in for some lower lows and perhaps a pullback on the S&P to that 1400 mark. All right, looking at the TSX going forward, and you'll see that what we're seeing here is also some resistance as we approach this 200 EMA, and you can also see from a momentum standpoint that we're in a position where we are also being flagged as overbought and probably looking at some pullbacks on the TSX going forward as well. Okay. One of the questions that came up from clients is, when should I sell an open stock? And so what they're looking at here is, if we've got a stock that after several days, I mean, it dropped, it filled, but it's still open, hasn't hit its sell price and hasn't hit its stop price, and stop price. And what we do recommend is, after 5 trading days, a stock should be sold if it hasn't hit its target. So you might want to either look at getting out first thing in the morning, or perhaps if you're the client that's taking advantage of our basic and our advanced trading strategies, looking at our hourly charts, you can begin to do some trend lining and look at an exit strategy. But typically what we have found is that a lot of stocks will actually, after 5 days, begin to lose their momentum, meaning that they could begin to pull back as a result of that. So essentially, we highly recommend that you look at a selling strategy after into the 6th day of trading. Okay, so great question that came out, and this is also posted in our trading tips that you can find right on our Ideal Trading Lifestyle site. All right, let's just talk about some of the upcoming events that we've got going on here, and we've got quite a bit happening over the next several months. In Winnipeg next month on September 12th, we have our annual fall boot camp session. So this is for clients that are existing clients that we've got some enhanced trading strategies that we'll be going through with them, and also a lot of our existing customers in the area will be attending, and we'll be looking at how we can improve their existing trading strategies. So this would be a lot of our basic and our advanced clients that are beyond just the ITL picks, looking at our larger set of watch lists and taking advantage of that. We're in Saskatoon on October the 4th. In Edmonton on October the 23rd, Calgary October the 25th, and Regina on November the 21st. You can see pretty busy. Now, here's what's also important. If you're unable to attend these sessions, we are opening them up to our go-to meetings such as this environment, so you can still attend through our online presence. So for those that are interested but have not yet registered, please, you can contact us direct or simply just select these and register for them. Now, options clients, for those that are unaware, we do teach an options trading course. So this is where we show clients how they can leverage smaller amounts of cash, such as TFSAs or smaller RSPs, and look to increasing their portfolio gains dramatically. Here with options environments, you can be looking at anywhere from 5 to 10 times the gains of what you would normally see in a share environment. And we show clients how they can utilize this following our Ideal Trading Lifestyle picks or the My Wealth Accelerator larger watch list of picks. And so these are great refresher trading sessions. Now, for those clients that are trading smaller portfolios and don't understand options, this is a great opportunity for you. You can still register for the options course and our online videos and take advantage of the refresher training sessions that we've got. So as a result of that, we encourage you, if you're interested, to contact us direct. We'd be more than happy to work with you on this and get you started in an options trading environment so you can take advantage of growing your portfolio in even a larger way than what we're showing with our trading statements. So that's really what we wanted to cover today. And so what we're going to do now is just find out if there's any clients that are here that want to ask any additional questions. Just raise your hand. For those clients that are kind of looking at and watching this by a video link, if you've got any questions, you can email us direct. You can see the email number here as well as our contact number if you want to call us, and we'd be more than happy to make sure that we've answered your question in our next session. All right, so we've got here, and just looking to see if there's any additional questions. And so one question is that if a stock does stop out, this is from an existing client, so if we do have a stock that does stop out, how do we know when to get out of this particular stock? Well, again, the important thing here, and we really want to stress to our clients, is that you're never going to be 100% accurate on the picks. It just doesn't exist. And our strategy is such that if a stock closes below its existing stop loss strategy, so at the end of the day it's closed below that, we're saying that this stock is losing momentum and it's time to get out and take a minor loss. And again, as we talked about, if you're an Ideal Trading Lifestyle client, we recommend you sell it at market open the next morning. Now, a lot of times what we've seen is the stock gaps up first thing in the morning, so you end up doing better with that stock than if you would have sold it just as it closed below. Other times it does close lower, but we do suggest getting out of this stock. And what happens there is no ties emotionally to this pick after that. Yes, you've suffered a loss, and it's going to happen, but you're emotionally in a place where you're ready to go back into the market and buy again, and that's extremely important. Now, if you're an existing My Wealth Accelerator client, that means that you've not just taken the Ideal Trading Lifestyle picks, but you've also gone forward into some of our other courses. We offer a basic and an advanced trading course, as well as options that we had spoken about. Along with these two, we offer our basic and our enhanced watch list. So it's a larger set of picks that clients can choose from. So when the markets are performing, they can take advantage of this as well. And so clients that see stocks close below their stop loss are also trained how you can look at other charts and through trending possibly look at minimizing your losses even further, just looking at where you see a stock gapping towards based on its resistance point. So the two strategies are for existing Ideal Trading Lifestyle clients: you sell the next market morning. If you've been through the basic and the enhanced trading strategies, you can use our additional disciplines in getting out of that position. Okay, so thank you for answering that question. And again, if you're watching this via video link and you do have questions, please email them to us or contact us direct, and we'll make sure that we add that to our existing session that we've got coming up. All right, so I want to thank each of you for attending today. This is Randy McMullen signing off for this week's Market Spotlight session.